What's good, YouTube? It's your boy TSO Sage, and I'm back with another video. Now, as of this recording, I know the Lakers aren't on timing, and I definitely could rant on the Lakers again, but hey, I already done talked about them motherfuckers. I already done talked about Russell Westbrook, and there's definitely other struggling players like Damian Lillard and James Harden. Basically, what I'm saying is, yes, there's a bunch of things I could slander, rant, whatever, and I might even get to some of those things in this video. Again, I don't script a damn thing, but the premise of this video is a positive one, because in this video, I'm talking about Ja Morant. I'm on my Grizzly. Hey, nah, man. The future of the NBA is looking quite nicely with Ja Morant being around. Some of you were trolling me, some of you were dead ass, but a lot of you guys were so adamant on Kyle Kuzma winning the Most Improved Player award. Shit, it's looking like Ja Morant got those, no cap. And if he don't got those, some people are questioning if he wins Most Valuable Player, bro. And whether I wholeheartedly agree with that or not, the point remains Ja Morant is on timing this season, and I can't wait to talk about it. So without further ado, if you guys like the video, don't forget to like the video, and let's get right to it. Now, before I say anything, because it's YouTube, therefore there's a YouTube comment section. 75% of my viewers are subscribed, which, by the way, that's amazing. And for the sheer fact that it's a lot of you young motherfuckers that's gonna do this, roll the clip. Ja Morant is not better than De'Aaron Fox. Ja Morant is not better than De'Aaron Fox. Ja Morant is not better than De'Aaron Fox. Yes, on December 7th, 2020, almost a literal year ago, I thought De'Aaron Fox was better than Ja Morant, to the point it was so annoying to say otherwise. I'ma just tell you guys right now, I know that take exists, and I'm not sorry for it. Dog, you could argue the season following that video, the 2020 to 21 NBA season, that maybe outside of the last 2 weeks of basketball, De'Aaron Fox was clearly the better player there as well. Shocking as it may sound, I'm 100% one of those people that are not afraid to admit when they're wrong. Definitely one of those people that will admit when they don't know something. But for all the guys that are about to come to this video and immediately go, oh, but in December 7th, 2020, dog, yeah. December 7th, 2020, De'Aaron Fox was a better player. Hell, like the next 6 months after that, he was a better player. But as I'm heavily implying, I don't think that's the case anymore. And while yes, I'm heavily impressed with the small sample size we have of Ja Morant so far in this season, and while I do also admit I don't think Ja's gonna be a top 2 scorer in the league on insane splits, I do believe most of this will sustain. But even going back to as far as December 7th last year, a lot of people that stated Ja Morant was better than De'Aaron Fox had the ideology that Ja Morant had this immeasurable it factor. And while a lot of the stat nerds are gonna roll their eyes as if they don't know what that is and they're above it, I never disagreed with it, but at some point production did matter, and De'Aaron Fox just simply outclassed Ja Morant at that point in time. People would then follow it up with winning, and while yes, Ja Morant was on a way better team and a way better system, and in general, no cap, that argument was dog shit to make, it did always hit me in the back of my mind, like, if Ja Morant was a king, would I really think of them niggas as the queens? So heading into the 2020-21 season, I was like, okay, Ja proved me wrong. Didn't happen. He had a really disappointing season until I don't know what kind of Zenkai boost, what clicked in this motherfucker's head. I don't know what happened. Don't know why it happened. Don't know how it happened. But this dude turned it on. While I didn't think Ja was too bad in this game, I know statistics may say otherwise. The Grizzlies game against the Spurs in the play-in was definitely the Dillon Brooks game, 100%. Dude was Kawhi Allen. It was crazy. But then the Grizzlies go to Golden State. After Steph Curry just had to deal with the Lakers fans, Pastor Sage, and everybody that was following him for that sermon, that beautiful sermon, Ja Morant kind of just shows up Steph Curry, if not just completely outplaying him. And this definitely wasn't one of those Curry was trash games. Curry had 39, but Ja Morant goes out there and gives you 35 points, 6 assists, 6 rebounds on 14 of 29 shooting, 5 of 10 from 3 with clutch bucket after clutch bucket after clutch bucket. Ja was on absurd timing. And right here, it definitely piqued my interest because although, yes, it is one game, literally one game, but it's the exact kind of game that those guys all the way back in December were talking about with Ja. Suddenly, the guy who only averaged 19 points on kind of shit efficiency, if we're being honest, just dubbed Stephen Curry. And then he goes against, of all teams, the Utah Jazz. And I'll explain why I'm saying of all teams later. But to dive into the expectations for this series, everybody was calling sweep. It was supposed to be a sweep because the Jazz had everything for the Grizzlies, but the Grizzlies damn near had nothing for the Jazz. I don't even like them, but if the Grizzlies' best player can't shoot, Rudy Gobert should have a field day in this series. So that's something we expected to happen. Then we're expecting Dillon Brooks to be on Donovan Mitchell, but honestly, Dillon Brooks is nice, but we're not expecting him to just lock up D-Mitch. So if someone were to tell me both of those things are gonna go wrong. And then on top of that, everybody else on the Jazz is just gonna brick shots. All right, then Grizzlies win, I guess. But those would prove to be unfair expectations, and the series did only go 5 games. In 2 of those games, I don't care what the final score says, were pretty ugly. But Ja Morant in game 1, hell, Ja Morant the whole series really, again, on timing. And it's just like, yo, where did this come from? Like, everybody saw the potential in you to one day be this kind of guy. But my boy, 2 weeks ago, you were dog shit. How are you now averaging 30 points, 8 assists on 3 turnovers, on damn near 58% true shooting? What the shit? The only thing that sustained was you not being able to hit a 3 ball, and even then, the last game of the series, you couldn't miss a 3. So after seeing those events transpire, whether it was recency bias, recency trias, recency dias, I don't know, I don't care. When I was on my podcast, Let's Keep It a Buck, I came out and stated LaMelo Ball, who we'll talk about in a different video, and Ja Morant by the end of this offseason are going to be on a different level of timing and likely be better than a guy like De'Aaron Fox, for example. Mind you, De'Aaron Fox is like 23, 24 years old and just had a career year. I was that confident that this was gonna happen, that Ja Morant was just gonna take that next step forward, and I know it's only been 9-10 games, but oh my god, not only was I right, Ja done leaped those expectations too. Fox is struggling right now. I don't think that's gonna stay persistent the entire season, so comparing him to Ja right now is just being a dick. But this dude right now is averaging 25.7 assists, 5.6 rebounds on 49-35 splits, bro. What makes this more impressive, and I'm not trying to exaggerate it here, but the new rule changes are implemented. Guys can't foul bait as much as they used to, if at all, really. And across the league, offenses are just finding it harder to score now. Across the league, 3-point percentage is down, free throw percentage is down, free throw attempts are definitely down, and obviously points per game is down as well. Whether it's the rule changes or for some of you the ball, either way, it's definitely harder to score in today's game than it was last season or the couple of seasons prior. Which, very brief tangent, I promise. But for those of you bitching about the new rules because, oh my god, defense is OP now, the offense isn't as nice, this ain't the video for it, but I'ma just say it like this. Rather than essentially trying to get offensive players to play normal basketball again, rather than hooking arms, flailing 3-pointers that they're not even trying to make, dribbling the ball, then stopping on a dime, which, you know, endangers the defender, but we don't want to talk about that, and simply trying to gain 15 of their potential 30 points at the free throw line, let's just say Adam Silver woke up and was like, yeah, fuck offense. You know what? Good. I don't care. I just don't. Because for the first time in God knows how long, the NBA implements a rule that just might help the defense. You're crying, you're doing all this bitching, you act like you don't know how to score basketball regardless. If you're a player crying about this rule, I see you were trained to foul bait. And if you're a fan crying about this rule, no cap, you're just dumb. But the point remains, for Ja Morant to be going off in this season specifically, it's pretty amazing, I'm not gonna lie. And if he keeps this up, which I do believe he will, Ja Morant's gonna leapfrog a lot of y'all favorite point guards. No, I'm not talking about Stephen Curry for a lot of you smartasses, but I'm talking about the SGA fans, the De'Aaron Fox fans, and truthfully, and this is where it's gonna get a lot of you guys mad, so I'll explain, but truthfully, even the Trae Young fans, we're gonna look at Ja Morant a bit different if this continues.
Oh my god, Sage, I hate you. So let me get this right, man. You're telling me that Trae Young, the same Trae Young that made the Eastern Conference Finals, is about to get cleared by Ja Morant this season?
Look, all I'm saying is Trae Young got it that much better than Ja Morant, bro. Ja's on a good team, Trae has a better one. Ja has a good coach, Trae has a better coach. And I know the East is getting better. We all admit that, we all see that. But let's keep it a stack, bro. If the Ja we're looking at right now had the opportunity to go against Julius Randle, the injured Joel Embiid with the cowardly Simmons on it, well, and if we're being honest here, not necessarily having to be the most efficient guy, but just simply getting the W.
I ain't gonna lie, the way Ja looking, that's not crazy to say that would happen at all, actually.
And then on top of that, I know it's only 9-10 games, but Ja is just straight up outclassing Trae Young right now. And I think that's gonna sustain, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. I don't think Trae Young's gonna be this dog shit and shoot 28% from 3, but I always thought Ja was gonna be the better long-term player. But while I'm not only predicting the growth of Ja Morant, if the league's gonna simply care about defense more and more as time goes on, I'm definitely saying Ja's better. And for those of you that just heard the take and got mad, or are like, you're making a fair point, but I just don't know, I'm gonna have to wait on it, Sage. All I'm gonna say is, like I've said in previous videos, and I'm gonna say it again in this video, you can either state what you obviously see, or you can just be a dick and wait 5 years for the same exact thing. Like, I'm not about to play pretend for Ja Morant, bro. I see a special talent, I'm gonna call out said special talent. I'm a simple man, and this is just the projection I have for Ja Morant. Speaking of projections, I'm gonna give you another take that's gonna make people mad. head. But that's just what I do and I really don't care. In a bit of a fucked up way, but even not being technical about it, Ja's looking like the right pick. Look, I'm gonna explain the technical argument, the basketball argument, then I'm gonna let you guys rage below. In terms of technicality, Zion don't look like he can really keep up in the NBA. I mean, dog, we're talking about if he cut his weight, will he cut his weight though? I'm not doubting Zion's ability at all. The dude was arguably the most efficient scorer in the NBA last season. Like, holy hell, I'm not doing that. But if he's just never here, you're scared every time he dunks the ball that he might hurt himself, and he doesn't even like playing for your franchise.
All I'm saying is you could have had Ja.
But like I said, that's being technical about it. Let me talk about it from the basketball perspective. Ja's not that far off from Zion. I'm just gonna say it straight up. Zion is definitely the more efficient player, no question. I don't even have to dive deep into that. And Zion is definitely an improved shot creator. But being an improved shot creator doesn't make you a better shot creator than Ja fucking Morant. Not even close if we're being honest about it. He's not the playmaker Ja is. He has the defensive potential to be what Ja is defensively, but he's not that either. And speaking of defensive potential, let's talk about the physicals, because that's why you think Zion has this defensive potential. Zion over like 95% of the NBA has the athletic argument. But I don't even think I need to explain this either. If we're about to act like Zion clears Ja in the athletic department, you're out of your mind. For those of you that are talking about, oh, but he's 300 pounds doing it. 1 to 300 pounds why he can't get on the fucking court. 2, and more importantly, every argument you want to go to strength, I'm going to Ja with speed, bro. They're the same class athlete, dog. And if you want to lead towards either side, it's not that big a gap at all. So I don't even think that's even relevant to bring up in conversation. Then this is going to sound a bit messed up as well, but Ja just kind of gets basketball more. Like, the game is easier for Ja Morant than it is Zion. And my final argument is that if we're arguing that for Zion to 100% clear Ja, he has to develop the shot creation, develop the playmaking, develop the defense. While Ja, all he has to do is simply become a more efficient player and improve on what he already is capable of doing, I'm not gonna lie, it's looking like Ja was the right pick. Their upsides are damn near equal. You could even talk me into Zion. The technicality is definitely a major factor for me. But the conversation of Ja being the better pick is just a conversation I want you guys to open your ears to, because what we're seeing from this young man is straight up special. To put it bluntly and casually, bro's getting really good really fast. It's kind of scaring me. And while chat, I won't play a scary game, Ja becoming so good at the game of basketball so fast, while it does scare me, I'm all excited for it. I can't wait to see what this man becomes. Earlier in this video, I hinted at Ja's first playoff series being against the Jazz, very ironic, or whatever the hell I said. And that's because although I'm not saying they play exactly alike, they definitely have their differences. I'm seeing a lot of Donovan Mitchell and Ja Morant right now. But the one difference I will address about Ja Morant versus Donovan Mitchell is this. Donovan Mitchell done shocked the NBA with how good he's become so fast, let alone the level of talent he even reached. And his potential is crazy in its own right. But with Ja, it's like, imagine if Donovan Mitchell was poised to be the #1 pick or the #2 pick in the draft. And then even with those #1 or 2 overall draft pick expectations, and Donovan Mitchell still gets way too good, way too fast, even for those newly high expectations. Anime niggas will get this, the NBA niggas, that's tough. But put it this way, Goku has insane potential. We all know that. Imagine if Kid Goku had Gohan's potential. Oh my God, who the fuck? What would he be doing now? That's what I'm saying. That's what Ja's looking like to me right now, bro. I'm not saying he's going to be better than Donovan Mitchell. Again, let me drive that home right now. But he has a shot, if we're being dead ass about it. I'm not saying Ja right now is in my top 15 or anything like that. Ja Morant is definitely not there quite yet. But I am projecting this kid to be great, and I can't wait to see what he does. Yes, I'm high on Ja Morant for the kids that are mad. Hopefully not too many of you, though, because then you're going to look back on this day and what you commented and how I was so stupid and casual for saying all these things about Ja. You're going to look back and be like, man, I was a dumb ass. I'm telling you, the kid's going to be great. Even last season, I saw De'Aaron Fox pop off. I saw Shai Gilgeous-Alexander pop off. Hell, Trae Young just had a career year. Devin Booker just had a career year. I've seen it before. This is not me just jumping on the next hype train, bro. Some of those players have even had better numbers and better stats or better feats. I don't know, man. Maybe I just believe in Ja like that. Or you know what? Maybe it was that it factor that they were talking about back then. But that's gonna do it for today's video. It's been your boy TSO Sage. If you guys like the video, don't forget to like the video. If you like my content, subscribe. This has been your boy TSO Sage. I'm gonna holla at y'all later. Take care and stay blessed. And Ja, be great, bro.